So the first thing you see when you open an After Effects software, whichever year you have, is your home screen. This is your initial screen where you choose what you want to start with. And that is obviously going to be a new project. So you go to your top left and click on new project. Now, the difference between After Effects and other softwares is you have to work with what we call compositions. Compositions means you're creating a folder inside a folder. So imagine the first creating your new project was your first folder, and the next folder is your composition. That is where you do all your work. So you move to composition, new composition, and just click. So this is just a lot of complications. You don't need too much of this. All you need to do is name your composition. Let's say tutorial short form. Your width and height 1920 by 1080 is the standard. So try not to touch that too much. Frame rate, just leave that. The only thing you need to know right now is duration. How long you want your animation to last. So let's say 5 seconds. It's gone 5 seconds right now. If you want to change, just click it. Click this to maybe 7 seconds. You get. Then your background color can be whatever you like for a start, because eventually we're going to create something else. So let's just leave it at that. If you want to change it, you double tap on this burgundy. Yeah, double tap on that color. Then you can change to whatever you like. Move it around here to get a perfect color. For if you're not new to design, you know what this is. Hex codes to get specific colors. If you are new, don't bother. If you need white or black, just make it happen. Click on OK, click on OK. And this is your workspace. You get. So this is how you start up your After Effects for the first time. Now, if you go to your top left, you see file, just like a basic Microsoft. What is there? If you want to create a new project, if you want to open a project or open a recent project, these are projects I've worked on before. Then, if you want to save as, just like you always do. Then this is for import. If you want to import a file, obviously you're going to use extra files here. Maybe you want your picture in, a video in. This is where you put it. Okay. This is Mojello here, or export. You want to take it out to make it actual videos you can play in your phones and all that. We'll get there. All right. But majorly, this is all you need. And this is your workspace. This is the major cursor you need. It's called your selection tool. It's what you use to select. It's literally what I've been moving throughout. Okay. So it's your selection tool. This is your hand tool. Just like your hand works. Yeah. You use it to carry things so you can see better. Helps you with that. This is your zoom tool. You use it for zooming. You click and drag the space you want. Okay. You know what zooming is? Yeah. So this is your anchor point. I'll teach you about that later. This is your shape. This is your pen tool. This is your text. You know, this big T. This is where you get your text when you want to type your name, whatever. You know, this is your text tool. These are other special tools you learn as time goes on. Just we're trying to understand the interface. So this space here is where you see what you've imported. Maybe you want to bring in a picture and all that. When you bring it, it doesn't come straight to your main composition timeline. It comes to this spot. You get. Now this is your main composition file. This is your artboard in design. This is your workspace. This is your TV. This is everything to you. This boundary. This is your 1918 by 1920 by 1080. Yeah, this is the space you work with. Anything that you do here is what you will produce. Okay, so over here is your zoom again for your canvas. You zoom in and out, but I would say just fit it so it fits your screen and you can work with it. Then here is your resolution, just like your cameras. You want to compare iPhone and Techno cameras? Yeah, sorry, my bad. But but it's over here you see your resolutions: high, half, third. Obviously full is the best resolution, but I'd advise when you're working you keep it at probably third or quarter, so that it does not bombard your system. But when you want to export, which will be you're done with your work, you want to bring it out, then you can put it back at full. I'll teach you about this later, much later, when we keep moving. Yes, but majorly this is what you need to know for now. We're trying to make it as easy as possible for you to assimilate some of these things. Then this is place is your timeline. Technically, motion graphics moves with time. You move from here to here. By this time, I move to you get. So this is where you control your time. This is your second, you know, you move it, your marker, 1 second, 2 second, and all that. You get. This is your timeline where all those keyframes and plenty of things come out. I'll teach you about keyframes in the next tutorial. So be active. And this is where you see the things that you're putting in. Maybe I want to put a text. Okay. I click on this text. I told you the big T, and I click on my composition. As soon as I click, as you can see, the text layer has come up. So this is where you see your layers. You get, you type and come back to your what. This is your word selection tool. Select your text. This is where you take colors, pick your color, and that's it. I'm not going to teach you any animation in this one. We're trying to analyze the environment. Okay, so this is where you get your layers, all the layers you're using. This is your timeline where everything happens. Let me give you an example of what happens in a timeline. So if the scale was 0, it was 100 at 1 second, and I moved to 2 seconds and increased the scale to 350. If I play my animation, I see it moves. So that's what a timeline does. At 1 second, it was this, and at 2 seconds, it's this. These two things are called keyframes. Like I said, it's in the next video, not this one. We're still doing interface. So over here on the right side of the screen is these are your helpers. Okay, these help you to do the magic, the main magic. This is for your audio when you want to add sound to your design, to get a preview of what you're doing, and preview. Yeah. Then align, normal alignments, come to the right, come to the left, and all that. The sweetest part is the effects and presets. This is going to take us some time, to learn how to use it. This is where the main magic happens in After Effects, all the flying and all that. That's it. This is your character panel. This is for text. Okay, just like Microsoft, you want to change your what do you call it, font style, font size, and all that. This is where you change it. And these are colors. This is where we change the color of our text as well. So double click your text, come to the color red, double click, we can change to any color we like. You understand? Yeah. So that's majorly the After Effects interface. Okay, so on the let's do a quick recap. This is where you get all the things you've imported. This is your workspace where you see what you're working on. This is where you get your special effects, characters, and anything else. This is your timeline where the timing happens, keyframes, and all that. And this are where your layers come from. I said when you start, you create a new project, open a new project. And after a new project, you create a new composition. This is our composition. This is where it is. If you create another composition, new, call it comp. In fact, you'd see that it came right here, and we can move from one composition to another. And when we don't have to do everything on one page. Okay, you can do it in compositions, almost like you're doing slides. You get, so you can do this composition, do another composition, and in the end, make one composition to compile them all and put transitions. Okay, so it doesn't fill up your eyes and make it overwhelming. You get, so yeah. The next video, I'm going to teach you about keyframes. Those are literally where the motion come from. You get, so like, subscribe, get ready. Let's make magic.